create your Spring project, you have to go to start.spring.io site. Okay, just search in it in your Google Chrome bar. Then we will create our project. Like we will be creating project on Maven using Java language. Our Spring Boot version will be 2.7.16 as I am using Java 11. Group ID will be same form.example, and artifact ID, let's change this. Artifact ID and name will be same, so I am keeping it like Spring Boot, and this is how our package will be created. Okay, this is the description. You can change it or you can keep it as it is. Packaging type we will be keeping it as Java archive files and not web archive files, because we will be needing jar files. Okay, let's add dependencies. So we will be needing some web dependencies like Spring Web dependency. Then we have a JPA dependency, the JDBC API, which is used to connect databases. Okay, and we will be also needing Spring Boot dev tools, and you can just generate, and you can also add more dependencies if needed. If you want some other dependencies, like we have different dependencies of Lambda, then we have other dependencies of different topics, like we have web dependencies, React Spring reactive web, and they are different one opening this. I will extract two, and here it will create a Spring Boot. I will be keeping it as it is, as I want.
अभी मजा आएगा ना भिड़ो.
Go to our import projects, then a window will open. Get to the root directory using browser. Okay, browse button. Then it will start importing our main project. It will take some time. See, this is the thing. Then the project will get import. It will take some more time. It's building our project. After successful buildation, we will open us in com src.main /dan/java. Then in that we will go to our file Spring Boot application. In this, अगर आपको जो दिख रहा है दोस्तों, we have our main point using @Spring Boot annotation. This is the main start point of Spring, as Java is based on OOPS concept. Okay, it's the main point. Whenever we run a Spring project, a Spring will find this annotation to start our project. Okay, so we have here our main method in it, and in the main method we have Spring application.run, using which our project I am running the project. Let's create package in com.example.springboot.controller, as I have created a package called controller, so I will not be creating it. Let's cancel this. Then in the controller, let's create one more time this. I have created one for the example. A REST controller, you can say, is an annotation used to create web services. It's a combination of web request plus web response, and if you see to it, it acts as a annotation using which you can create REST API easily, very easily, guys. Okay, and you can also read it from here that REST controller is processed if an appropriate handler mapping is needed using Spring. Let's create one more time this method, public string hello, and in that I'm returning hello world. This is Spring, and I will be annotating it using get mapping. Okay, adding a get mapping annotation for handling get request, and for the get request we need a particular URL. I will give it as /home in the in the inverted commas, and I will go to Spring Boot application. In pom.xml, I will first go to pom.xml file. I am telling you that I have added one more dependency, that is MySQL connected Java using MVN repository, and you will be needing it using a for MySQL connected Java. In application.properties, which you will get in src main resources dot slash, we will get application.properties. I've given the my data's base details, that is spring.datasource.url for URL, spring datasource.username and password, that's my username and password guys, and data driver and other details required. And in application.properties file, I have also added the database relational information. So I will run this, and on running I will be using Java application to run this, and on running it will start its application, and it's just loading, starting Spring Boot application. Then it's starting guys. So our Spring Boot application, spring.jpa, then Tomcat also started at port 8080 and starting Spring application in 18.18 seconds. You can see your Tomcat started. So we have an embedded Tomcat in our project, which is being embedded using Spring. Spring gives us particular Tomcat to use a particular server for our project. So we have Maven dependency of Tomcat and started Spring Boot application in 18.18 seconds. Let's go to our Google Chrome and let's type it localhost :8080/home. On hitting this URL or API, we will get our answer, that is hello world, this is Spring, and this is how